Nintendo is making a big mistake with the Switch 2.
Don't do it!
Even though I can't wait to get my hands on the Nintendo Switch 2 on June 5th, there's one element of the console that I can't help but feel let down by: the console's unchanged UI. This might seem like a ridiculous thing to complain about. After all, the Switch's interface works well, and some users will appreciate its familiarity. The Nintendo Switch launch games will also be the star of the show, because after all, you don't buy a console to stare at its home screen.
Why is Chubby here staring at me?
Focusing.
Yet, just like when I booted up the Xbox Series X for the first time in 2020, I already know that my initial impressions of the Nintendo Switch 2 will be far more underwhelming than it should be. And we've been here before. Unlike the PS5, which provided users with a completely redesigned user interface to discover, Microsoft stuck with the same dashboard as the Xbox One. On the one hand, the Xbox One's UI was largely functional and didn't require a drastic overhaul, but the flip side was, unless you were completely new to Xbox, it didn't help make the Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S feel like a next generation system, at least not until you'd launched a game. And that's the feeling I can't escape with the Switch 2. Nintendo has, perhaps wisely, made minimal changes to the UI, adding only a few new sounds or minor aesthetic tweaks here and there. But when placed side by side with the original Switch UI, there's barely any difference of note. By sticking to the same formula as before, Nintendo has ultimately stifled innovation. While the Switch UI isn't bad by any means, it also isn't perfect. Nintendo could have created something even better if it started from scratch, but sadly we'll never know. It doesn't help that the Switch 2 design is largely the same as what we've been used to for 8 years. Yes, improvements have been made that are easy to notice, like how the Joy-Con 2 controller is magnetically attached to the system. The bigger screen is also something that people will immediately appreciate, but unboxing the Nintendo Switch 2 won't evoke the same wonder as the original Switch did in 2017, or even previous Nintendo systems, and that's a shame for a brand new console launch. Seeing a practically identical UI when turning on the console won't help matters. I'm disappointed that Nintendo decided not to offer a fresh UI experience for Switch 2 owners. I'm sure we'll see gradual changes and improvements to the Switch 2's home screen as the years roll by. The Switch 1's home screen just got a pretty significant overhaul 8 years in, but there's no doubt Nintendo's decision will take some of the shine of what should be a momentous and memorable day for fans. There's still hope for the Switch 2's UI. Nintendo could offer a simple and effective solution to fix its familiar UI problem, and it's one that fans have been asking for since the Switch launched in 2017. Give us themes for Switch 2.
Do it! Just do it!
The Switch 1 only offers basic white and basic black themes, almost after a decade, despite the theme names suggesting more options were on the way. Nintendo Switch 2 could finally deliver game-specific themes for players to select or purchase, which would drastically change how the Switch 2 looks and feels. If there's one area Sony dropped the ball on with the PS5's UI, it's that it hasn't given users PS5 themes, despite countless requests. The Japanese company recently brought back its PlayStation 30th anniversary PS5 themes after fan feedback, however it still hasn't given users themes like many enjoyed on PS3, PS4, PSP and PS Vita. I'm still counting down the days until June 5th, and I know that Mario Kart World will leave me grinning from ear to ear like only Nintendo games do these days. However, I won't be surprised if I'm a tad underwhelmed on launch day, and you might be too. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for more.